Hello, Ethan Vessels, lawyer in Marietta, Ohio. I'm licensed both in Ohio and West Virginia. Today's question is, what happens if the person who injured me does not carry any or enough insurance? This is a problem. Now, if the person or entity that caused your injury is a large self-insured business and has the money to pay for your injuries, you're fine. However, in many circumstances, there's simply nothing that can be done. If the person who hurt you doesn't have any money and they do not have any liability insurance, there's really nothing you can do. However, car accidents are different. If you're injured in a car accident and the person who injured you does not have any or enough liability insurance, your agent may have sold you what's called an uninsured or underinsured motorist policy. How does it work? An uninsured motorist policy or an underinsured motorist policy works just like a liability policy. It has preset limits such as $50,000, $100,000, $500,000, just like a liability policy, except that it's your policy. You are buying an insurance policy for the negligence of everyone else in the world who may injure you. Now, it's important to remember that uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage is your policy. So in my other video about liability coverage, where we talked about if you go to trial and you have to sue the person that injured you, you do not have a case against the liability insurer. This is the one exception. In this case, if the person who does not have enough insurance hurts you and you try to make a claim against your underinsured motorist coverage and they do not give you a fair settlement and you have to go to court, you are suing your insurance company, such as State Farm or Allstate, and then you can go to trial and the defendant is State Farm or Allstate. So there is an advantage to you. The jury knows that there's uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage. There's an insurance company covering this. Now, just like a liability carrier, an uninsured or underinsured motorist carrier will have adjusters adjusting the claim. They will be evaluating how much your case is worth. And don't think that an uninsured or underinsured motorist carrier will act any differently toward you than would the third party's liability carrier. They are still an insurance company whose goal is to bring in money in the form of premiums and pay out as little as possible in the form of settlements or verdicts. So really the process is exactly the same. Your uninsured motorist carrier for your policy will probably not treat you any differently than the third party who injures you in a car accident. Now let's talk about stacking. There's a difference in states. When I say stacking, that has to do with underinsured motorist coverage, meaning the person who hit you or caused whatever car accident carries insurance, but it's not enough insurance. In Ohio, the state minimum is $12,500. If you, let's say, carried a $50,000 underinsured motorist policy in Ohio, it does not stack. It only provides coverage up to $50,000. So if the person who injured you has $12,500, their liability policy will give $12,500, and then your underinsured policy will give you $37,500 of coverage, equaling $50,000. In other states, such as West Virginia, it stacks. If the person who hit you carries $12,500 of liability coverage and you also carried $50,000 of underinsured coverage, you will add those together. You will have $62,500 of total coverage. The $50,000 is brand new coverage. So it's important to understand that. One of the learning points is if you were in a car accident and it's the fault of someone else, you want to, of course, let their insurance know that you have a claim, but you should also let your insurance company know that you will be making an uninsured or underinsured motorist claim. That brings up the final point. If you do not have uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage, I highly encourage you to go talk to your insurance agent today and get some. In fact, if you have $12,500 or $25,000 or $50,000 of uninsured motorist coverage, get more. I recommend getting as much as $500,000 worth of UM/UIM coverage. That's uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage in case you are in an accident because of someone else's negligence and they do not have enough coverage to cover you. If you have other questions about uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage, please visit our website, www.fieldsdehmlow.com, or you can call us or write to us and get a copy of the book that I have written, I Have Been Injured, What Are My Legal Rights? Thank you.